Everybody, Kim here at KimSimpleLife.com. Thanks so much for coming by. Have you ever wondered what is the best mic to use when you're vlogging and videotaping content for YouTube? Well, I sure have, and today I want to talk to you about 3 options that I use, have used, or will be using. And I'm going to also let you know what I think is best for the current configuration that I've got set up. Now, right now, I'm vlogging on a Canon Vixia HF G20 camera, and on that camera is mounted a boom mic. It is the Shure S-H-U-R-E Shure VP83. So the Shure VP83. That is the microphone that I'm using right now as I'm talking to you. You're probably going to notice you're hearing a little bit of echo from this environment that I'm in, and the echo is what was bothering me. I wanted to try to rule out that echo. So I started looking at some different options. Now, before I get any further, all the mics that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to put affiliate links down below in the description box so you can look up those mics, see the reviews on those mics, get the actual specification of those mics. But there will be some Amazon affiliate links down in the description box below. If you want more information, check them out. So back to the Shure mic. I love this mic. A lot of people, and most people that I know and that I've looked at on YouTube, actually use the Rode Video Pro mic. Now, that is a fantastic mic. I have done a whole lot of research on that mic versus the Shure that I'm using right now. The reason I picked the Shure over the Rode is I think the Shure has better build quality. It's made out of metal. And the main reason, the build quality is huge, but the main reason is it actually uses a AA battery instead of the Rode mic, which uses a 9-volt battery. The reviews I looked at online kind of looked like the 9-volt battery sometimes was hard to connect into the Rode mic, the Rode boom mic. I have not used one, so I can't speak from experience. But I did do a whole lot of research online, and I personally chose to purchase the Shure mic. So that's what I purchased. That's another thing. None of these mics, I'm not doing this isn't sponsored by anybody. I have bought all the mics that I'm talking about, and I've used all the mics that I'm talking about. Other than that Rode mic, haven't bought one, just did some research on it. So with regard to that, that's the Rode mic. I wanted to talk a little bit just so you could hear what the room echo sounded like. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch mics out, and when I come back, I'm going to be using this mic here. This is what they call a lav mic or a lapel mic, and this mic is actually the Audio Technica, and the model number is ATR3350. So Audio Technica, I might be pronouncing that wrong. Again, I'll have a link below. And so let's stop, and I'll switch mics. I'll show you a little bit about what the Shure mic looks like, and I'll be talking to you on the Rode mic. Be back in a second. Okay, now I'm talking to you. I'm using the exact same camera, but I'm now talking to you on the Audio Technica. And again, pardon me, I got to look at my notes for the model number. It's the Audio Technica ATR3350. That's what I'm talking to you on. While I'm talking to you on that, I want you to hear the difference in sound versus this Shure mic that I was using. And again, this is the Shure VP83. Right now it's got a dead cat on it, and a dead cat is basically a windscreen. And I'm going to take that off really quick so you can see what it looks like without the dead cat, and it's on there pretty darn good. So this is what the mic looks like without the dead cat. Again, that is the Shure, as you can see, Shure, S-H-U-R-E, boom mic. And I do keep the dead cat on there all the time. That is a separate product. It doesn't come with the microphone, but I will put a link below. but I do keep it on there all the time. It's just a lot easier. It doesn't hinder sound while it's on, and when I'm outside and it's windy, it just cuts down on wind noise. This mic is all made out of metal. It's a very solid mic. It is one of these mics where you actually do have to turn it on. There's a little switch in the back that you turn it on. The little green light lets you know that it's on. And the battery slot is right here in the front. And as you can see, that takes a AA battery. Very easy to change out. Battery life is a long time. I want to say nearly 100 hours. I've actually had this mic for well over a year, maybe 9 months, and I haven't changed the battery out yet. Now, when I do recordings, the recordings are usually 10 to 13 minutes, 15 minutes, so it doesn't get a whole lot of use, but that is just what that mic looks like. It does plug into the camera using a standard 3.5-inch plug, but I did want to show you that along with the dead cat that I use on it for the windscreen. And I wanted to share all that with you and talk as much as possible while using the Audio Technica lapel mic that I'm using. And I have the lapel mic. I don't know if you can see it because actually I'm wearing a black shirt, but I'll tap on it. That's the lapel mic. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch again, and I'm going to switch over to the Movo LV10. And then when I get all done talking about that, and I'll show you a little bit more about the Audio Technica mic, then I'm going to let you know which one I like best. So now I'm talking to you on the Movo LV10, and I'm going to show you a little bit about what the Audio Technica looks like. This is the actual microphone itself. Let me back up so that gets focused in. It's very tiny. Comes with a little foam windscreen on top, and of course a little lapel clip, which is like a little alligator clip. And then here is the housing for the battery. Now it does take one of those tiny little round batteries. I'll put a link below. I don't remember what the battery number is. LV44 maybe, but don't quote me on that. Double check the link below. The thing with all three of these mics that you have to be very careful about is they all have an on-off switch. And you have to turn the mic on and off before you record. So obviously before you record, you want to make sure your mic switch is turned on and you're plugged into the camera, obviously. This mic has your standard I think it's a 3.5-inch or 3.25-inch plug. It's standard for all cameras. It's got a humongously long cord. I have it wrapped up, but it's humongously long. I don't know the exact length. Again, that'll be in the description below. But that's all there is to the Audio Technica microphone. And then the microphone I'm talking to you on now is, like I said, the Movo LV10. Now with the Movo mic, it basically looks, and I've got it on, see, tap, 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 it's on my lapel, or on my shirt, and I'm going to just show you what that looks like, so pardon the noise because I'll be moving this around a bit, but this is what that mic looks like. And again, this is the mic I'm talking on now, and this mic also has an on-off switch. Obviously I'm not going to turn it on or off because I want you to hear me, and it's plugged into the camera. Hope that focused right. Plugged into the camera with the same type of plug. So I'm going to clip this back on right now, and again I apologize for the noise of me taking it on and off. But those are the three mics that I have used, am using, and will use. Now, which one do I like the best? What do I think is the best microphone? Well, if you have a setup similar to what I have, where you have a camera that is sitting on a tripod and you're primarily indoors, I highly recommend the Movo LV10. That's the mic I'm talking to you on now. I think, excuse me, I think this microphone sounds a little richer and my voice has a better tone to it. The Audio Technica I had used for, about 3 years. The thing with that mic, I think when I put that on, I sounded a little muffled. It had a little bit of a muffled sound, although I still think the sound quality on it was good. But considering that mic and the Movo mic cost the same, or at the time of this recording cost the same, or very, very similar to the same, and I don't want to quote how much they cost because, you know, prices change all the time. Again, check the description. I'm going to opt for using the Movo from here on out. Now, if I'm outdoors, I'm definitely going to stick with the Shure mic. And I put the dead cat back on it. But I think the Shure mic for outdoors, again, it's metal quality, metal build quality, has that AA battery. I think that's your best bet for mounting on a camera, for a tripod, or even if you're holding it in your hand for outdoor use. So those are my opinions on the 3 best microphones for vlogging, especially if you're using a camera on a mount, similar to what I'm using now. Now again, this is for mounted cameras, not for your handheld cameras. Sorry, handheld cameras, obviously, I've told you in my other reviews or my other vlogs, I'll use a G7X, a Canon G7X, or an Olympus TG850 or 860, basically the same camera. But for a camera that takes an audio input jack where you can plug a microphone on it, if you're using it outdoors, the Shure VP83 is my thumbs up, way to go. And for indoors, I think the best mic option is the Movo LV10. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What kind of microphones do you use? What have you tried? What haven't you tried? What do you think of the sound? Which out of these 3 mics did you think sounded best? Let me know below in the comments. Until next time, I'm Kim. This is Kim's Simple Life, trying to make your life as simple and happy as possible. Come back, check with us again. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also check us out over on kimsimplelife.com. That's a blog site that is still in the works of getting ramped up. That hopefully, my goal is to get what I talk about online on video kind of write up a little bit in a blog form. So that's where it is. Thanks again for coming by, and we will catch up with you next time. Until then, stay happy and keep it simple.